Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, I'm Sheena Metal, and this is Messages from Spirit, only on ParaPod TV. We're here every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, and here's what we do here. I'm a real psychic, and every day on the show, I talk to real people, and I ask real questions. We get real messages from Spirit, and then hopefully we have a real conversation, and it provides some real answers and some real change for them. So here it's all about keeping it real with real folks and real me, and we're all very accessible. You can reach me anytime at sheenametalspiritual.com. That's my website. Or if you want to be a guest on the show, or you just want to say hi, you can text me. I'm giving you my cell phone. It's 818-437-0886, or you can contact me through social media at Sheena Metal, and that's everywhere, right? Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. At every show, let's talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind this week. And with this, I'd like to start with a fable. So there's a scorpion who asked a frog to carry him across the river. And initially, the frog says, no, I'm not going to carry you across the river because you'll sting me and I'll drown. And the scorpion says, well, of course I won't sting you, because if I sting you, then we'll both drown because you're carrying me across the river. So reluctantly, the frog, because that made sense, says yes. And halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog. And as they're drowning, the frog says, why? Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to you? And the scorpion said, I don't know. It's in my nature. This is one of my favorite fables. And it's something so important because in my spiritual practice with so many of my clients, they have dealt with somebody who is the scorpion, who has stung them. Even though it's not only damaged my client's life, it's also damaged the narcissist's life, yet still they did it. And there is no reason why normal people, empathic people, spend so much of our time asking why? Why would you do that? Why would you ruin this relationship that was damn near perfect? Why would you cut off a family relationship and now you're alone and speaking to no one in the family? Why would you ruin a friendship of decades? For what? And the answer is simple, like the scorpion's answer. I don't know. It's my nature. We can't keep throwing ourselves against a closed door and asking over and over again, why? When we're dealing with somebody whose nature is to destroy everything that is good in their life. If we enter their life, if we become a thing that's good in their life, then we too get destroyed. And it's okay to hurt, and it's okay to feel the loss, and it's okay to grieve, and it's okay to be angry. But you can't spend the rest of your life looking for the answer as to why. Because the answer is simple. It was in their nature. And the trick for you, the solution for you in your life, is to find the people who that trait is not in their nature and have happy lives with them. Share your life with them. Have good family relationships, good friendships, good work relationships, good romantic relationships. By picking family and friends and lovers and coworkers that it's in their nature to be good. It's in their nature to allow you to carry them across the river, and the next time they'll carry you across the river. Does that make sense? That's what Spirit wanted me to share with you today. And every message is from Spirit, right? Before Spirit delivers messages for others, Spirit gives me a message to deliver to everyone who's watching. And that's the message for today. Stay away from those that it's in their nature to destroy, and surround yourself with those that it's in their nature to build up, to build you up, to build them up, to build the world up. Okay, now who wants a message from Spirit? Hi.
Hi, Sheena. I'm Gina from Roy, Washington.
Hi, Gina. Boy, it's beautiful where you are in the background. It's like a panoramic
Thank you.
setting, my friend. So beautiful. What's your question for me today, honey?
My question is, I want to become a light or a healer, a light code healer,
Okay. A light worker?
a light worker, well, something like that. I don't exactly
Okay.
know how or where, but I want to know what spirit thinks about it.
Okay. Okay. Do you know specifically what you want to do? I consider myself a light worker. I think all of us that receive messages from spirit to do work to make the earth better all fall under the blanket of
So
light worker. Now we all have. Mhm.
what I've received is light code language healing.
Okay. 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 So you're helping people with their life paths. So like a life coach, but from a spiritual perspective.
Light code, not a life coach. Light
Sure.
code, CODE.
Right,
Light
right. Well,
code.
that's the code to their spiritual path and
Okay.
their congruent life path, right? You're giving them the code.
Okay, so I don't know exactly. Right?
Okay.
That's
Right. Isn't that interesting how sometimes you get a message from spirit, you're like, I don't have any idea what this even means.
right.
My friend used to have this expression, I don't know what that is or means. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes spirit will say something to you and you're like, the what? What? And you have to stop and think about it. So what spirit is telling me that they're telling you through that is that you're going to be giving people the key to the energetic path that they need to be on spiritually. And because our spirit life and our earth life are tied together, it's also going to be about their life path, because your spiritual path should affect your life path, right? When you get your celestial poop in a group, it should make life answers easier. So it's just kind of giving people the key to um, where they're supposed to be energetically and not feel like they're floundering out in the universe without a rope to hang on to.
Right.
I think that's beautiful. I think it's exactly what you should be doing. Do you feel good about that? Are you nervous about it? You seem a little hesitant about the whole thing. It's a
I
big
don't
leap.
feel I have no idea when or where this is going to happen, but
Okay.
but I
Okay.
don't really feel nervous about it.
Good. Good.
Um
Spirit is saying it's just relax, get
yeah.
yourself ready, and they will reveal it to you when it's time.
Yep, that's what they said.
Good. See?
That's all I know.
Keep saying yes, even if it seems weird, and just keep following their instructions and they will put you through it. It's funny when people say to me now, what do you want from your life? I say, I don't know, whatever spirit wants me to have.
Right.
Because I just live in a place of total isness now, where I wait for spirit to drop the next thing down, and then that's the thing that I do. And some of those things I think, oh, that makes perfect sense. And some of those things I'm like, the what? But I don't question it, because I talk a lot in my interfaith services about when God speaks, the answer is yes, and the reason is because. And I really think it's because spirit knows best, and they're putting you on this path, Gina, that's going to be so amazing. You just have to make sure you're ready for it, and that you tell spirit how much you can handle at a time, because you don't need to have it all plunked down in front of you. They can feed you little bits of it so that you can walk your own path through it and not feel overwhelmed or overloaded.
We're definitely not going fast forward yet, so
Good. And all spirit is telling me, and all I would tell you as somebody who's walked that path, is live a clean life. Get good with yourself, get connected to yourself, do things that are good for you, like sleep and laugh and hydrate, and make sure that you're ready to accept this new amount of energy that's going to be thrust upon you, by making sure you're good in your own life.
yeah, and what Spirit has told me, all the junk that you've had to go through up till now has been your college.
Yep.
And
Yep.
now get ready. It's
Yep.
gonna come.
Yep.
So
Everything that you've been through has prepared you to be someone who can teach it to others and
that's
help
what they
others
said.
to get
Make
through it.
room.
It's fantastic. I'm so happy for you and so proud of you. And I am here along the way with you. And namaste, my friend. You got this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina. You live in a paradise. It looks like the Garden of Eden behind you. So all you need is a snake and an apple.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, sweetheart.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too, darling. Wow. Wow. Isn't that a great way to start? And thanks for going first, Gina. What an amazing message from Spirit to start out with. I'm all giddy. I love questions like that. So congratulations. The earth has a new healer and Gina's going to be perfect. And plus she lives in paradise. So that's fantastic. Let's get another message from Spirit for someone. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Who are you? Where are you from, my friend?
Oh, I'm Richard, Guilford, Connecticut.
Fantastic. Where is Guilford? I'm from New Haven. Is it close?
Yes, about 15 minutes north of New Haven. Very close.
I love that story. So
Yeah.
so when I come back soon, we'll see each other's faces. I would
love that. Please.
What's your question, my friend?
Well, I know people usually have questions like that something they have in mind that they want to know. But in this case, I was just wondering, is there anything Spirit feels like I should know? Is there a message that maybe I'm not even thinking to ask that is just some sort of, I don't know, important thing I should know, or things?
Mostly that all the work that you have done spiritually is about to pay off. That in 2024, you're going to see such such the return on all the work that you've done, and that it's going to be such a benefit to you, not just in your spiritual life, but also in your earth life. And you're going to understand, Richard, how all of the spiritual work that you've done has brought you to this place in your earth life where so many wonderful things are happening. And part of that is about work, career, service, your passion and your service, and how the spiritual stuff that's my real fancy word, that you've amassed in your life is going to be used to help other people and to reach other people, especially in a way that is artistic. Does that make sense?
Yes, and that sounds great.
So don't ever get disheartened or ever think in your life, God, I spent a lot of time on the spiritual path and a lot of studying, a lot of work, a lot of stuff, a lot of talking to people, because you're just at the very end of 2023, moving into the beginning of 2024, shifting into seeing how all of that is going to play out in your life.
All right.
Sounds good?
Sounds great.
I can't wait to hear about it, my friend, and I can't wait to come see you in Connecticut soon.
Looking forward to that. Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
You too. Bye.
I just like inviting myself to Richard's house. I'm coming over for a face-to-face. I am going to go to New Haven soon because I want to scatter some of my mom's ashes there because, she gave birth there, and that's a big deal. That was a big deal for her. So, what a beautiful thing to know. What a great thing to be able to tell Richard that all this work that you've done, all the work that you're all doing, the classes and the talking to the spiritual counselors and the meditation and the purchasing of the crystals and the pendulums. Guess what? It's all going to pay off. It's just like college. It's sometimes you're in college, you're like, oh my God, am I ever going to be done with this place? And then you get out, you get a job, you start your life. You're like, oh, that's what it was all for. And a time is coming for each of you where you understand what this is all for. And that's such an exciting time that's coming. So yippee! All right. Congratulations, Richard. So exciting. I always like to see another tri-state folk do great. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, sweetie. Who are you and where are you from?
my name's Darlene, and I live in Southgate, Michigan.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What's your question for me, sweetie?
So, in the last 2 months, I have gone from walking freely to needing a cane or a walker. And I start physical therapy next week, and I just want to know, am I going to be able to walk without the cane walker in the future? Because I just feel that it's not acceptable for me at my age to have a cane and a walker in the future in my life.
Okay.
And in my opinion, I don't feel that I need a surgery in the future either. And I guess I just feel I just feel there's certain things that are just not acceptable.
Sure.
I guess if it's not my way, if I don't want it, then I don't want it. Like,
Okay.
I don't want a walker. I don't want a cane. And if I don't want it, it's not acceptable. Does that make sense?
It does, but okay, so here's the thing. A couple things. First of all, so much of life, sweetheart, is about surrender and release. You need to release this idea that I'm too good for the cane and I'm too good for the walker. Because
Well,
Spirit is like,
it's not that it's not that I'm too good. I just feel that I'm too young to have a cane or a walker. Yeah, that's it.
okay, so I want you to say to Spirit, I gladly accept the cane and I gladly accept the walker. And I'm committing myself to getting strong enough that I no longer need these things. So you're
Okay.
telling Spirit, I'm thankful for the cane. I'm thankful for the walker. Thank you for these assistance tools. But I really want to get strong enough where I don't need them. And then physical therapy is going to be great. And Spirit is also saying, and you're not going to like this, but I'm saying it, as much of an anti-inflammatory diet as you can do. Let's take the pressure off your joint inflammation, especially while you're doing the physical therapy.
Okay.
So cut out the sugar, the dairy, the gluten, the quick burning carbs like the rice and the bread. I know that sounds like hell, but just for a while, and because you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on those joints while you're going through the physical therapy. So let's take the inflammation out of them during that time.
Alrighty.
And you're going to be okay.
All right.
All right.
Being okay,
what?
Being okay, does that mean I won't have those two things in the future, or
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what that means. Yeah. Then you can put them away. You can be thankful for them and you can put them away.
That is fantastic.
And you won't need them. And I want to tell you a story. So Darlene made me this beautiful elephant picture and it hangs in my bathroom. And I want you to know that when I take a shower, Cullen comes and stands on the toilet and he touches the different little colored beads with his paw. He's obsessed with that.
That was the best picture. I've never had, of all the pictures that I've done, that was the most excited and pleasurable picture that I have ever made.
I love it so much. It hangs over my toilet where my mother always hung the Picasso. That is for real. I mean, it wasn't a real Picasso, but my mom had a print of a Picasso and she always hung it over the toilet. And I took it to my house when I moved out in my 20s. So now that's where the elephant painting is. And my little baby Cullen, he is obsessed with touching it with his paw. So I thank you for all the joy it brings us both.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. You take care of yourself. You're going to get off that stuff soon.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye, honey. All right. Let's do another message from Spirit.
Yeah, hi, Sheena.
Hi, how are you? Who are you and where are you
Good.
from?
I'm Virginia, and I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, wow. I think you're our first Canadian.
Oh,
That's
really?
very
Oh, great.
exciting.
Oh,
We had
excellent.
another Canadian once, but she had to cancel at the last minute, hasn't rescheduled. So welcome our very first
Yay.
international person on the show. What's your question, sweetie? How can I help you?
Well, I'm getting close to retirement, but I'm not sure the best timing of the retirement, and I don't have a plan for what I'm going to do. So if you can tell me some fun things I'm going to get up to during my retirement and when I should retire.
Yeah, it looks like retirement maybe in 2 or 3 years. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
And it's travel's a big thing. Also starting a new business of your own.
Okay.
Are you do you make things?
No, not really. No.
Okay, you're going to start making things.
Okay, because I was thinking, and we talked about this before, about doing a YouTube channel for literacy, adult literacy.
Oh, and that for sure. Well,
Yeah.
making a YouTube channel, that's making things, right? That is making a thing.
Making little videos, yeah.
Right, so that's definitely what I see. You're going to be making a thing.
Okay, and do you see me working part-time at all when I retire, or is it just I'll stop all ties with the organization I work for?
No, I see you still being involved with them, just not on a full-time basis.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
I do see that, and I think the literacy program is a wonderful idea, and you're going to be so great at it.
Okay.
Start now. You've got 2 or 3 years till you retire.
I know. I just have to get over my fear. Yeah.
No fear. Start now. Studying how to do a YouTube channel, because it takes a while to learn, and that's from somebody who I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I too am learning, and it takes a while to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps if you have a young person. My nephew's been helping me.
Okay.
Because there's things all the young folks know, right? And we don't know those things. But start practicing what it's like, and start the channel now. You don't have to fill it with videos now. Maybe make one, but start the channel now and start building up your following and figuring out how to do that, and just becoming comfortable with YouTube, so that at the time you retire, it's not this huge big bundle of overwhelm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does. That makes sense.
It shouldn't be so overwhelming.
Okay. Perfect.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because you're kind of overwhelmed by the idea, right?
I'm overwhelmed by all of it, because it's a lot of work to, as you know, to create, because it has to be scripts and video editing. I hate being on screen, so I want to do little animated people. So I've got to find my way with that, and just have the confidence and put the time aside to do it.
Right. Now, you're going to make the animated people yourself?
No. There's a platform that you can use that has just basic animation.
But you're going to be making videos, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You said you don't make things, but that's making something.
I was thinking crocheting and knitting.
No, and you were talking, it's like something artistic, but editing videos together is certainly artistic.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Are you volunteering right now for literacy programs where you are?
No, I used to be an Orton Gillingham tutor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would be basing it on the Orton Gillingham method. That's based on phonograms and sounds and things like that.
Let's think about you getting out into the community too, and just telling people what you're going to do when you retire, and telling people about your YouTube channel, because by the time you retire, I want you to feel like you already have a jump start on it, so that when you retire, you're not like, oh, now I'm just depressed because now I'm retired. I have this time. Now I don't know what to do. Now I'm sitting here waiting for one person to follow me at a time. You know what I mean? I want it to have a presence by the time you're ready to hit it full time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. That's great.
Okay. That's you're doing great, sweetie. And I'm so happy for you. And I'm so proud of you. And this is going to be so great.
Oh, okay. Thanks so much, Sheena.
Take care, honey. My pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you
thanks.
for the show. Thank you for allowing me to. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you for allowing me to deliver a message to you. Wow. That's great, right? There's so much great stuff happening everywhere. I'm so proud of everybody who's involved in everything that's going on today. And it's so great. So, wow, it's just I'm so thrilled at all the exciting things all of you are doing with your lives. Okay, I am ready to deliver a message from Spirit. Who wants one? I'm so excited to have you all here, and we're having such a good. Oh, really quick, if you want to be a guest on the show, text me 818-437-0886. We do plan the guests ahead of time only because you see how fast we move. It has to be organized, and Spirit, God, Source, Higher Power, Goddess, bless the amazing Emery, my engineer producer. I don't know what I would do without him. He's like so together that he makes me feel like I'm together. That's how together he is. So he actually makes me feel like I have my poop in a group because he is so organized and wonderful and professional. And I would die without him. What was that song? I die without you. That's how I feel about you, Emery. I would cease to exist. Thank God you made it through the hurricane. First of all, because you did, and also because, wow, this would have been insane without you. I would have been like, what do I? All right. So, also SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. Learn a little bit about me. I got a brand new computer, so I'm going to be doing a big upgrade of stuff there, but there's a lot of stuff there now. And also social media, follow me at Sheena Metal everywhere. All the biggies, Facebook and X, which used to be Twitter, and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. There's content there for you to enjoy. I've got some great groups on Facebook you can join. Just go find me, Google me and find me. And of course, every Friday at 3:00, I do a talk show where I interview wonderful people. It's called the Sheena Metal Experience, and it's on KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. So look for that on Fridays at 3:00. And let's do a message from Spirit. I'm ready. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Where are you? And who are you? And where are you calling from, sweetheart?
This is Dorothy Coca. My name is Dorothy Coca, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
So good to see your face, my friend.
So good to see you too. And it's been a long time since we have gone to seances and
yes,
to see you. And I just really appreciate you all through the years of guiding me through my work and everything.
Thank you, sweetheart.
There is something that still is missing in my life, and you know that you and I talk about it a lot.
Sure.
But we did say in one of the readings that, you know, maybe by this Christmas I'll find someone. So my question is about eHarmony. I found someone that I really liked.
Okay.
But there are so many people on eHarmony that I guess he accidentally mixed me up with someone and texted me someone else what he meant to text someone else. So I kind of discouraged myself from talking to him, but he keeps wanting to meet me, and he left an orchid at my door because we were going to go on a date, but I canceled the date. So my question is, should I give him a chance, even though like he says that he isn't talking to anyone else? But of course, online dating, I'm sure there's a lot of women that he has to go through and figure it out. So
well, I think at the time that happened, he was talking to different people, not seriously, but just feeling things out and seeing who was there. It's totally normal, especially when you get a little older, to mess up a name. I mean, I do it all the time. I wish I didn't, but I do. It's a thing, right? So I know he's trying, he's interested. He left an orchid at the door. I mean, you know, he's really trying to make up for it. I think what Spirit is telling me, sweetie, is in your life you have suffered from maybe having too high of standards for things. And it's good to have high standards, and it's good to get what you want. It's good to set a high bar for yourself. But human beings are human beings. And sometimes if you set a bar too high for yourself, you wind up having nobody in your life, because life is also about compromise.
Right.
So I think, you know, give him a shot. If the timing is right? We're coming towards the last quarter of the year. So it's the right time, and it's a beautiful time to be dating somebody. This whole, to me, Labor Day to New Year's is like a bliss time. So yeah, go give it a shot and see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, sweetie. And remember, it's all about compromise.
I'll work on it.
Okay. You're the
Thank
best.
you so much, Sheena.
Take
You're
care,
the
sweetheart.
best.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
honey. Thank you so much. You're so wonderful.
Thank
And
you.
you know what I'm telling Dorothy, this is important for everybody, you guys. Compromise. Compromise, compromise, compromise. It's and I'm not saying you have to compromise your principles or your soul or your core values, but nobody is perfect. And if you, some people go into relationships even in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I mean, I'm not talking like idealistic 20-year-olds like we all were, and they're still wanting this thing to be so perfect. But sometimes the perfect comes from the imperfections. You know, I think the best mother in the world. Was she perfect? No. She's perfect for me. I have this amazing group of strong friends, and every one of them is so beautiful. Flawed? For yeah, of course. So am I, but perfect for me. So people do make mistakes, you know, and I can't think of anybody in my life who hasn't horribly disappointed me at some point or other. But that's just life. If the person loves you and they're good to you, you get past it and you keep going. And I know we're all so worried that they've got other people on the side or they're not that into me. But a lot of that also is stuff society puts that on us to make us be fearful of that, you know, that you have to do anything because if you don't, somebody else can snatch them up. I had a client that used to say, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what? You're not gambling in Vegas. You're trying to find the right match for your heart. This not a statistics class is not going to help you with this. But sometimes people just don't get that, you know? So, you just have to be gentle with you, and you have to be gentle with that person. Okay? All right. All right. I would love to deliver another message from Spirit now. Message from Spirit, please. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sweetie? Tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
I'm Patricia. I'm from Port Stanley, Ontario, Canada.
Two Canadas today. We've never had a Canada, and today 2 Canadas. That's
Nice.
fantastic. I love the there was a show a while ago. I don't remember when it was. The kids in the hall said, Canada, it's just like America without the guns. And I love that. So whenever I see Canadians or have Canadian friends, I always think about that. I think that's the sweetest way to think of Canada.
That's awesome.
Kinder, gentler, more loving version of what we do here. What's your question for me, sweetie?
Well, you had said to me a while ago that I was going to get this job that I'm going to love, and that the job that I was in was going to be temporary. Well, boy, were you right.
Oh, okay.
So,
yay, Spirit. Yay, me, yay, Spirit.
Yay. So, yes, the job that I currently have, I started on Monday, and it's with the VON, which are Victoria Order of Nurses.
Oh, wow.
And I do program coordination for people with dementia, palliative care, those kinds of things. And I think it's going to be a great job. And I'm hoping to be there until I retire, so at least another 5 years. But my question is, what's missing in my life right now is I want to see my grandkids more, and I'm hoping that you're going to give me some news about whether I can see my 2 grandsons more often. I'm getting choked up.
Yeah. There's a difficulty there, right? Is that a gentle way to say that? It's not just like distance or money. There's a difficult person in there.
Yeah.
That's making it difficult. And somebody who self-sabotages everything in their life.
Yep.
And I'm seeing that next year, about February, March, Patricia, you are going to find a way to work around that person's difficulties so that you can see the kids. And it may have something to do with having a little bit of a compromise on your part. Boy, this is a compromise show, isn't it? Sometimes when you want something, you need to sort of take your hat in your hand a little bit to get there. And I know that you've set your own principles and boundaries with this person, but you may just have to find a way to be a little clever and soften them up a little bit so you can see the kids. Because it's important you get to see the kids, because then there will become a time when they're adults, when they will look to you and want to spend a lot of time with you, but they need to know who you are in order to do that, right?
Yeah.
They need to spend some time with you. So even those times you're like, I'm not going to tell this person, I'm not going to say this. If you want to see the kids, just say it, because you're doing it for the kids. You're not letting this person come into your life and ride roughshod over you. You're still allowing your energetic periphery boundaries to be secure. You're just compromising your standards a little bit to get close to the kids. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's hard, right? It's totally hard, but it is sometimes does need to be done sometimes. Does that make sense? Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because I took care of my grandson until he was 9, and then my daughter was very abusive, so I left the abusive part behind me. So I'm in a great place right now, and I have a fantastic job, and I hope that it will go into my retirement. But it's wanting to see my grandkids now, but without her in it, and I think that's going to be the tough part.
That's going to be the compromise. Yeah. Because she's difficult, and she's always been difficult, right? It's just gotten worse with time.
Yep.
And she's like a spoiled child herself.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to grow up, and she doesn't want to go in any counseling. She doesn't want to do anything for herself. It's all about her, and I miss them, and she's just doing this to punish me. I know it, but I know I'm going to see them again. I was hoping it would be soon.
Right. Well, it will be soon if you find the key that unlocks her and you say the things that you need to. And you have to think of it like this. You're doing it to help the children. The children need your energy in their life, Patricia. So you're not doing it just to be a manipulator, and you're not doing it just to be sneaky. You're doing it because you have to find a way to these kids, and these kids love you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if your kids were behind enemy lines and you had to flirt with your guard, with the guard to get past the gate. Like, you would not think anything about doing that. I would. I'd flirt with the guard. I'd say anything I had to get to my kids. So she is the guard at the gate, right? She's the difficult person. And the reason she doesn't want you to see the kids is because she thinks you like the kid more than her. And she thinks that that she's not getting enough attention from you, that you want to give everything to them and you want to give nothing to her. And that's one of her weird places where she's kind of ill, right? She thinks no one's ever giving enough to her, even though pretty much everyone gives everything to her, and she just throws it away.
Yeah.
But in her mind, she's not getting anything. No one cares about her. No one's paying attention to her. No one cares what happens to her. All you care about is the kids. You don't care about me. So you kind of have to make her think you care about her, and that you want to see her as much as you want to see the kids, and that you really want to rebuild this relationship. And the good thing is that it is good not to have all that energetic negativity surrounding the situation, because it's good for the grandkids not for it to be there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand that it's super difficult, and I understand that you it's hard for you because you've spent so much of the later years of your life, like the last however many years of your life, trying to protect yourself from her energy and get to the point where you're not torn up from it all the time anymore. So it's hard to go back in behind the enemy lines, right? Even if it's to go get the kids, it's hard to do it. But if you really, really want to build a relationship as a grandmother, then it's something that you need to do, unfortunately, because she's the dragon at the gate, right? She's keeping the gate.
Yeah. And you know what else you gave me? You gave
Mm.
me a really nice saying that I use almost every day.
Oh, I love that.
Is
Okay.
yeah, it's the protection from the white light.
Oh,
And white
sure.
light, yeah, protect me from, anything that does not have my best interest at heart and keep me safe. And
Yeah.
I think I can use that to get past that dragon because I'm gonna have to.
Right. You're going to have to protect yourself and kind of hold your breath as you move through her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, let me give that to everybody really quick, and thank you for bringing that up. I'm asking for protection from the white light. White light, please protect me from anything that wishes me harm or doesn't have my better good at heart. And if you just say that throughout the day, whether you're dealing with a difficult person, right, Patricia, or you live
Yep.
in a haunted house that's negative, like whatever's going on, the white light protection prayer puts such a beautiful energetic bubble around you. And as you've been doing that, right, it has really helped with her.
Yes, it has. It's helped with my son as well. It's helped with basically anything. And now I don't take on other people's problems and I have that block around me and it feels very comforting and it feels good. So that's why I'm in a super good place right now. So I'm hoping that this is going to help me get to those grandkids because I need to see them.
Yes, of course. Yes. That's a relationship that you really need to have. And that's such an important thing. And I want you to have that relationship with them. So yeah, that's all it's going to take, sweetie. It's just a matter of um allowing your shield to come down a tiny bit so you can tell her something that she needs to hear. And once she feels like you've told her what she wanted to hear and now you're safe, then she'll let you in. The only problem at that point is that you still have to deal with um the fact that just having her in your life even on a semi-regular basis is a lot of drama.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Because
drama.
the drama never stops with her. It just goes and goes and goes and goes.
She likes it. She's attracted to it. She
Of
likes
course.
it.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but
It
it,
makes her
it
feel like she's alive and she's recognized and she's being seen. Some people create drama just to know they're alive, you know?
yeah.
I remember I read a quote once. Somebody said, people create drama so they can feel. And I think people that have trouble feeling things like a normal empathic person, the drama makes them feel because they're reacting to the drama, which isn't exactly genuine feelings, but in their operating system, it doubles for that.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy for you. Look, I'm super happy about the job. The new job is great. I know the old job, you really just wanted to be temporary, and now we know it is. And you're really fast tracking towards more grandmother time. You just need to believe.
Okay. That's
Is that-
fantastic. Thank you for everything.
It's my pleasure, sweetheart. Thank you for being here with me.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll keep you updated as to what's going on.
I love that. I appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful night.
You bet. And interesting that Patricia comes at the end, and we're back to my fable about the scorpion and the frog, right? Sometimes you have to put the scorpion on your back and walk them across the river because there are other people involved, right? Their kids, their grandkids. You need to keep your job at work. There are situations you can't leave a marriage because you're trying to gather money to go. There are different situations that happen in your life where, for whatever reason, you have to put the scorpion on your back. Just remember not to totally let your guard down because they will sting you. So wear a bulletproof vest. Don't believe there won't be stinging. Don't believe down the line, like in Patricia's case, that her daughter won't come back with some, I let you see the kids and then you didn't ... X, Y, and Z. There always is. And you're never really safe with a person like that. because at any minute they're going to flip back into their negative operating system. I was working with a client this afternoon about a person in their life who when my client ignores this person, then they come back all what my mom used to call all sweetness and light. And, you know, I love you and you're my soulmate and we belong together and all I want is to be with you. And then as soon as my client starts to let their guard down and respond in kind, then the trickery begins, then the insults begin, then the ghosting begins, then the everything is wrong with you and everything in my life that's wrong is because of you begins, and then it just gets ugly. So please remember that if you have to let the Scorpio ride your back, and sometimes you do, not to let your guard down and not to fool yourself into thinking that this time it's going to be different, because it's not different. It's not going to be different. But there are ways to functionally deal with narcissistic people and have them in your life and get through your life and be okay. You know, you go to narcissist workshops and they'll tell you like, you know, block and ignore and, you know, block and ignore. Sure. That's great. If you could do that, that's wonderful. But there are situations where these people are in your lives and you can't block and ignore. What if you have a narcissistic sibling who your parents won't let go? Well, you're going to see that person. And if you just decide to not go to any of the family events because you don't want to see that person, then you just don't get to go to any of the family events and you're missing out. And that's one of the most important things about being in a situation with someone like that in your family, in your friend group, at work. You cannot let them ruin your life for you. You can't let them take away from you all the wonderful things that you would be doing with your life because you're trying to avoid them. We've all done that. We've all stepped out because we didn't want to be in a room with that person. But then we've all been sad that we weren't there. And then the other people there that love us, our friends, our family, our coworkers, our partners, they just get confused. Like, I don't understand. Why aren't you here? Why do I have to, why, if I'm around this person, can I not be around you? In a perfect world, yes, everybody would understand it's a wolf in sheep's clothing and everybody would run for the hills like they were being chased by Godzilla. But that's not how the world works. And that's not how people are at. And just because you figure out the emperor has no clothes on, it doesn't mean that everybody's figured it out. And if you want those people in your life, then you don't want to never be where they are. It's difficult. There is no easy way around it, but it's something to think about. And I'm so honored for everybody that allowed me today to deliver a message from Spirit to them. And you could be next. Send me a text message, 818-437-0886, and let's get you on the show. And I can give you a message from Spirit. We're here every Wednesday at 2:00 Pacific time, only on ParaPod TV, which is such a wonderful and great place to be. And I had the honor of speaking at the ParaPod Festival this year for their first annual, and I'm hoping I will be there again next year for their second annual. They're already planning it. It was in Santa Clarita, California. And thank you so much to ParaPod station owner Tony Sweet for having us as part of their network. Tony also owns the radio sister stations of ParaPod TV, UBN Go, and LGBTQI plus Go. The plus might not be there. It might just be LGBTQI Go. What a great group of people to be involved with, and we're honored to be here. Thanks to my engineer and producer, Emery. You're my right-hand man. I don't know what I'd do without you, my friend. Thank you to everybody who participated today. Please find me on social media everywhere at Sheena Metal. And until I see you next time, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration, and most importantly, know that you are loved and you are loved and you're loved by me. I'm Sheena Metal. This is Messages from Spirit on ParaPod TV. I'll see you next week. Stay beautiful.